Boy, this is getting really weird, isn't it? If you have been following the Stadia subreddit today, and I'm sure many of you do that watch this channel, you might be perplexed as to how we just got this comment from Grace from Google, and then literally an hour later, 9 to 5, Google starts reporting the February Stadia Pro games. What is going on, Google? Someone talk to us, please. Let's get into it. So if you're interested in Google Stadia information, news, reviews, latest analysis from me, go ahead and click that subscribe button so you can stay up to date and get those notifications when our new videos come up and when we go live. So today, I had initially thought we were going to get our Stadia Pro game announcement because the last 2 months have happened on the 26th. It's been a couple days before the first would happen, so it's a good amount of time to kind of let the announcement sit in the minds of people that are interested in Stadia Pro games, and which, if you are watching this channel again, you probably are interested in those Stadia Pro games. And they announced them today through 95 Google, but 95 Google really didn't say that Google announced it. They just said these are the games that are coming. So is Google starting to feed this information to other channels so they don't have to take those hits on comments? I don't know what's going on, but the last couple announcements have come straight from them. Whether it's through Reddit, community update, or through their official Twitter account. And as of this recording, none of that's happened. It's only been through 95 Google, but we're going to go ahead and go over these games and what they are and what games are supposed to be leaving. Again, this is only reported at this exact moment that I'm recording it. If it changes when I do the editing of this video, I might put a little disclaimer. I'll put it in the description, whatever the case may be, once the official announcement comes from Google themselves. It's kind of weird. I don't know what's going on, but let's jump into what games we are getting for free in February. Well, not for free, but games we can claim as Stadia Pro members in February. Before we jump into all of this, please note that this is reportedly the games that are coming to Stadia Pro in February. Google is still yet to say something officially, so this all comes from 9 to 5 Google, and while they are typically a reliable source, this is not usually the method they go about announcing these games. But without further ado, let's get into it. The first game coming to Stadia Pro in February is the only Google Stadia exclusive, Gylt. And while yes, I would be proud to rub this in everyone's faces that I was right, I still think it's a fantastic game to include. Gylt is described as the following: face your fears in Gylt, a haunting tale about bullying and childhood nightmares as you help Sally navigate a creepy world to rescue her missing cousin Emily. It's a third-person puzzle game with horror elements as the backdrop and is quite fun if you haven't had the chance to play it yet. I think it's an awesome move to be given to pro members in February, and this will allow more people to play it and perhaps increase the word of mouth of this game once base comes out. Because it'll give base members a feeling of missing out and may get them to buy it once the time comes. This game was absolutely built with Stadia in mind and is perhaps one of the best ran games on Stadia currently. Since it's strictly story based, I don't want to say too much in regards to the story, but if you don't care about that, head on over to Stadia Arcadia's channel because as I speak he is live streaming Gylt for the world to see. Good timing on Tommy's part over there too, because he had this plan for a few days and he really lucked into this announcement. So go over there and tell him I sent you. Next on the list is Metro Exodus. This is one I feel will be more interest to a majority of users in the Stadia community. Chances are if you really were interested in Gylt, you would have paid for it and played by now. Metro, due to its higher price, may have had people waiting for a sale to come, or even better yet, a Stadia Pro claimable game. And just like Stadia Arcadia and Gylt, Stadia had good timing on the release of Metro as a claimable game for pro members because Metro Exodus just got the release date for the next round of DLC coming to Stadia, and it is very soon. Dan and the team over on Stadia Source reported on this earlier today that Metro Exodus would be getting DLC on Stadia starting February 11th in the form of Sam's Story. This is day and date with the other platforms, so another good get by Google. And if you haven't already, go over to Stadia Source. It's the best source for your newest and up-to-date information about Google Stadia, and tell them I sent you. Metro Exodus released in February for the other platforms last year, and it was a launch title for Stadia a few months ago, and can be described as this. Metro Exodus is an epic story-driven first-person shooter from 4A Games that blends deadly combat and stealth with exploration and survival horror in one of the most immersive game worlds ever created. Flee the shattered ruins of dead Moscow and embark on an epic continent-spanning journey across post-apocalyptic Russia in the greatest Metro adventure yet. Explore the Russian wilderness in vast, non-linear levels and follow a thrilling storyline inspired by the novels that span an entire year through spring, summer, and autumn to the depths of nuclear winter. Now, I'll put up the author's name here because I'm not even going to attempt to butcher his name. But the Metro games are based off a book of, or a series of novels by this man. And Now, me personally, I've never played a Metro game, so I am excited to try this one out. It's the third game in the series, but it does look like a fun action-packed game that'll give me something new to sink my teeth into. It does kind of show the overabundance of how many shooter games are on the platform, though, doesn't it? But that being said, both games can be claimed on Saturday morning starting at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 11 Central Standard Time and 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Everyone else in the UK and across the world, I'm sorry, go do a conversion. And also worth noting is that on Friday, January 31st at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, you will not be able to claim Samurai Showdown or Rise of the Tomb Raider anymore. So if you happen to miss out by then, you'll have to pay full price for those games or wait on a sale to get those titles. Destiny 2 does remain claimable, and I predicted some time back that we'd probably see that on there for maybe the first 12 months of Stadia, since it is a cornerstone of the lineup in Google's mind. Farming Simulator 19 and Thumper remain claimable as of now through February as well. So those were the free games coming to Stadia Pro in February. What did you think about them? Were you happy, disappointed, indifferent? A little upset that Google is still not saying anything about this? Like, why is 9 to 5 Google the one that's reporting this? I don't know. Okay, whatever. Let me know your thoughts down below. Of course, if you haven't followed us on our new Twitter at Club Stadia TV, do so you can stay up to date with my thoughts and analysis. And of course, you might get some new tidbits every now and then about maybe new things I'll be doing. Stay tuned this week to find out something new I will be doing. Some exciting news. But of course, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. It does help us out. And of course, once again, thank you and party on.